Good morning, children. Welcome back to our biology class. Today, we'll start chapter 14, Natural Resources. Before watching the video, please be ready with your book. Chapter 14, Natural Resources. Our planet Earth is the only one on which life exists. Life on Earth is dependent on many factors. Most life forms we know need an ambient temperature, water, and food. The resources available on the Earth and the energy from the sun are necessary to meet the basic requirement of all life forms on the Earth. So, as you know, student, our planet Earth is the only planet where the life will be possible. Life are there. And the life on the Earth is dependent on many factors like suitable temperature, water, and food. And whatever the resources available on the Earth and the energy which we are get from the sun are necessary to meet the basic requirement of all life forms on the Earth. So this energy and whatever the available resources are there, they fulfill the basic requirement of the life on Earth. What are these resources on the Earth? Now we'll learn about what are the resources available on the Earth for the life form. These are the land, the water, and the air. The outer crust of the Earth is called the lithosphere. Water covers 75% of the Earth's surface. It is also found underground. So, the resources which are available on the Earth are land, the water, and the air. These are the main three resources which are available on the Earth. As we know, the outer crust of the Earth is called the lithosphere. Already you got in the geography also, no? So, the outer crust, outer layer of the Earth is called as the lithosphere. Water covers 75% of the Earth's surface, and 75% of the Earth's surface is covered with the water. It is also found underground. Water you will get underground also. This comprises the hydrosphere, where the waters are present on the Earth. That part is called as the hydrosphere. The air that covers the whole of the Earth like a blanket is called the atmosphere. And as you know that our Earth is covered by a layer of air, and that is called the atmosphere. Living things are found where this tree exists. This life-supporting zone of the Earth where the atmosphere, the hydrosphere, and the lithosphere interact and make life possible is known as the biosphere. So, living things survive or living in a place where all these three parts of a Earth interact with each other, means combine with each other, related with each other, or connected with each other and living. And that part of the Earth is called as the biosphere, where the living organisms survive or live. Living things constitute the biotic component of the biosphere. So living things is what? They are the biotic component of the biosphere. In the biosphere also you will get a biotic and abiotic, two types of two constitute. These two constitute a biosphere. So the living things constitute the biotic component of the biosphere. The air, the water, and the soil form the non-living or abiotic component of the biosphere. So the air, the water, and the soil, they are non-living. That's why they are the component of a abiotic component of a biosphere. Let us study this abiotic component in detail in order to understand their role in sustaining life on Earth. So now we will learn about the abiotic component of the Earth and what they are doing for, or they are contributing for life. The breath of life, air. We have already talked about the composition of air in the first chapter. It is a mixture of many gases like nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water vapor. It is interesting to note that even the composition of air is the result of life on Earth. In planets such as Venus and Mars, where no life is known to exist, the major component of the atmosphere is found to be carbon dioxide. So, in planet like Venus and Mars, where life is not there, so in that planets, the maximum amount of which gas is there? Carbon dioxide. That's why it is life is not possible in that planet. But here in the earth, it's all the gas, the mixture is like nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water vapor, all they mixed up and they made a air. That's why life is possible on the earth. In fact, carbon dioxide constitutes up to 95 to 97% of the atmosphere on Venus and Mars. So, in Venus and Mars, percentage of carbon dioxide is to 95 to 97%. Eukaryotic cells and many prokaryotic cells discussed in chapter 5 need oxygen to break down glucose molecules and get energy for their activities. This results in the production of carbon dioxide. So, eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells need oxygen to break down the glucose and to get the energy for their life activities. And this results in the production of carbon dioxide. Another process which results in the consumption of oxygen and the concomitant production of carbon dioxide is combustion. This includes not just human activities which burn fuels to get energy, but also forest fires. This bit means carbon dioxide production, how it's produced due to the fire or due to the human activities like using the vehicles too much, then other smokes also. So by using that we are producing the carbon dioxide. Not only the human activities involved to produce the carbon dioxide, but also for due to the forest fire also carbon dioxide is produced. Despite this, the percentage of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere is a mere fraction of a percent because carbon dioxide is fixed in two ways. Green plants convert carbon dioxide into glucose in the presence of sunlight, and many marine animals use carbonates dissolved in seawater to make their cell. So, in our earth, carbon dioxide is, we are producing carbon dioxide in a large amount, but here the percentage of the carbon dioxide is fixed. Because to fix the carbon dioxide, there is two ways. Green plants, they can convert the carbon dioxide into the glucose in the presence of sunlight, and many marine animals, they use the carbonates which are dissolved in the seawater to make their cell. So like that, in our earth, the plants and some animals, they used up the carbon dioxides for their use. That's why the amount of carbon dioxide is less on the earth. The role of atmosphere in climate control. We have talked of the atmosphere covering the earth like a blanket. We know that air is a bad conductor of heat. The atmosphere keeps the average temperature of the earth fairly steady during the day and even during the course of the whole year. The atmosphere prevents the sudden increase in temperature during the daylight hour, and during the night it slows down the escape of heat into outer space. Think of the moon, which is about the same distance from the sun that the earth is. Despite that, on the surface of the moon with no atmosphere, the temperature ranges from 190 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. The movement of air, wind. We have all felt the relief brought by cool evening breezes after a hot day, and sometimes we are lucky enough to get rains after some days of really hot weather. What causes the movement of air? And what decide whether this movement will be in the form of a gentle breeze, a strong wind, or a terrible storm? What brings us the welcome rains? So all of you feel like that if suppose a day very hot day and evening it's a light, very mild breeze of air. Okay, so we like that. And sometime what happen after the day is very hot, evening time it's rainfalls. So we are very lucky and we feel very happy that it's a rainfall now. Okay. So what things decided the movement of air will be a gentle breeze, a very strong wind, or a terrible storm? And what brings us the welcome rains? All these phenomena are the result of changes that take place in our atmosphere. These all things are happen due to the changes in the atmosphere, due to the heating of air and the formation of water vapor, and due to the heating up of the air and formation of water vapor. Water vapor is formed due to the heating of water bodies and the activities of living organisms. The atmosphere can be heated from below by the radiation that is reflected back or re-radiated by the land or water bodies. On being heated, convection currents are set up in the air. In order to gain some understanding of the nature of convection current, let us perform the following activities. So to understand the convection currents, here is some activities are given. So how the water vapor forms? By heating of the water bodies and the activities of another living organisms. The water body atmosphere is be heated by the below radiations that reflect back or re-radiated by the land or water bodies. Whatever the reflect sun rays falls on the earth, on the land, or on the water bodies, that again reflect some heat to the atmosphere, that due to that the earth will be heat or water vapor are formed. Here the activities, what is given: place a candle in a beaker or wide-mouthed bottle and light it. You have to place one candle in a beaker, one in glass, or a big mouth bottle. Light and you have to light the candle. Light an incense stick and take it to the mouth of the above bottle. Incense stick means agarbatti. Take one incense stick and light it and take it to the above the bottle. Which way does the smoke flow when the incense stick is kept near the edge of the mouth? So you will notice that in which way the smoke will flow. Which way does the smoke flow when the incense stick is kept a little above the candle? Which way does the smoke flow when the incense stick is kept in other region? So you have to follow this, do this activity to know more about the convection currents. Here, the patterns revealed by the smoke show us the direction in which hot and cold air move. In a similar manner, when air is heated by radiation from the heated land or water, it rises. But since land gets heated faster than water, the air over land would also be heated faster than the air over water bodies. So, if we look at the situation in coastal region during the day, the air above the land gets heated faster and starts rising. As this air rises, a region of low pressure is created and air over the sea moves into this area of low pressure. The movement of air from one region to the other creates wind. During the day, the direction of the wind would be from the sea to the land. At night, both land and sea start to cool, since water cools down slower than the land. The air above water would be warmer than the air above land. On the basis of the above discussion, what can you say about the appearance of areas of low and high pressure in coastal areas at night, the direction in which air would flow at night in coastal areas? Similarly, all the movement of air resulting in diverse atmospheric phenomena are caused by the uneven heating of atmosphere in different regions of the earth. But various other factors also influence this. Wind, the rotation of the earth, and the presence of mountain ranges in the path of the wind are a couple of these factors. We will not go into these factors in detail in this chapter, but think about this. How do the presence of the Himalayas change the flow of a wind blowing from Allahabad towards the north? So, dear student, this much for today's class. In the next class, we'll learn more about the natural resources on earth. Here are some home assignment questions for you. Write down the answer and send me either in the Google Classroom or in the WhatsApp group. Thank you and have a nice day.